Hi, I'm Ben Stacy. Welcome to the Tail Slate. Today we are shooting at the East End Expo, and I've got with me Lisa Terech, a history geek and Doctor Who fan, and Priscilla Gauthier, Ms Quebec 2017.
Correct,
right?
correct.
And we're going to talk about a couple of things. I know you got the Wonder Woman shirt on, and you said you're going to be going out. Is it next week's your birthday? Next Friday?
Correct.
And you're dressing as Wonder Woman.
I am. First time in 20 years going out and dressing up.
Awesome.
So, yes.
How does your costume look? Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Awesome.
It's pretty good.
Very cool.
Yes.
So, just briefly, we've all seen the Wonder Woman trailer for the new Wonder Woman. What do you think?
Go for
Go
it.
ahead. I'm loving it.
Yeah?
Loving it. So, yes, it'll be interesting. I had some apprehension about the new actress playing
Yeah.
it, but I think she'll be good. Good. So,
Very
yes.
different than from the old TV show. That's
Very,
for sure.
very,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I'll probably see it. I might not rush out opening night. I'm not a huge DC fan, but yeah, it looked good. It looked interesting. I like Chris Pine, and
Yeah.
I like most things that he's been in, so I'm excited to see him. And the actress who's playing his assistant, I believe, is from the British version of The Office. So I'm kind of
okay.
excited to see her in a different role as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be a really good movie. I'm hoping it's good.
It's going to do good.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we were chatting about stuff that we have in common, and I'm part of a paranormal investigation group called Proof. And Lisa, we've investigated the museum where you work, and you said you are really interested in the paranormal
I am. It's
stuff
very
as well.
intriguing to
So-
me. Very intriguing to
So
me.
we're going to talk a little bit about paranormal stuff and paranormal investigation and see where this takes us. So
Perfect, because it's right before Halloween, right?
it is. It's right before Halloween now. So what kind of interest do you have in paranormal? You said you're a believer?
I am a believer, and it's just very fascinating, right?
Yeah.
Because there is something out there.
Yeah.
There is something out there that's bigger than us and that's beyond us. So
Have
yes.
you ever had any experiences that you could consider paranormal?
I don't think
No?
not
But
not
that-
to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
to my
cool.
knowledge. So maybe when I'm sleeping, who knows, right?
And what about you, Lisa? Have you had any experiences?
Well, a little bit of background. The museum I work at is 3 historic houses, and all of them are 150 years old, give or take. And so, of course, people come into the museum and ask, they're old buildings, of course they must be haunted. And I don't really have any good stories to share because nothing's really happened to me in the buildings. I'm alone in them all the time. I don't think twice about it. That being said, when I first started, about a year into working at the museum, I was feeling really uncomfortable in one of the rooms. I didn't know why. I just couldn't wait to get in and get out. Maybe it's because when I was closing, the room got really, really dark. I don't know. That was the only thing. But what was interesting is it wasn't until later that I was talking to another coworker and I was saying, yeah, no, I can't stand being in the study. And Victoria looked at me and she goes, oh my goodness, I'm having the same kind of feeling. We don't know why. It's since passed. We're good, the study and I. But yeah, I think that was probably that unexplained uneasiness, uncomfortableness, and just, yeah, it happened to be the same month that the gentleman who owned the house happened to be the same month he died.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Very
Coincidence,
cool.
but
Did he die
yeah.
in the house?
He would have, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
being old
yeah.
Victorian
That
homes.
was which house? That was
Henry House.
Henry House. So what's his name again? Is it
Thomas Henry.
Thomas Henry. That's
Yes.
right. Yeah. So yeah, we've investigated those houses, and I can't say we had anything really weird happen during the investigations, unfortunately. Even though there's some weird stories that have happened there.
Have you come across any?
Some weird stuff. Yeah. See, full disclosure, I'm the total skeptic in our group.
Okay.
So I haven't seen anything yet that would convince me,
Okay.
as far as evidence goes, that there's paranormal stuff. But
Okay.
just last night we were actually doing a public investigation at the old Lindsay Jail, which is a really cool, old, built in 1863 jail. There have been 2 hangings there. There
Oh,
was
wow.
at least 3 bodies buried in the courtyard. They're not sure. They were supposed to have been moved, but the paperwork is not there to document that they've been moved. So they're actually trying to raise money for ground penetrating radar to see if
That
their
is
bodies are
cool.
still there.
Okay.
So potential for a lot of stuff.
Right.
And people have heard voices there. They've heard banging. They've heard sounds. Felt uncomfortable. In our investigations there, we've had some of the people in the group actually feel stuff like being touched kind
Yep.
of thing, even to the point where it's annoying.
Yep.
I actually saw, along with somebody else, a shadow go down a staircase.
Yep.
I'm still convinced it was pigeons flying by the window outside. But who knows?
So is that you convincing yourself of that?
It's
or?
me trying to find out what the explanation is.
Okay.
Because I don't think, to be fair, you can just jump to the conclusion that it's a ghost.
True.
Like every bang, it's not a ghost.
Correct.
So you've got to investigate it and figure out what it is. So yeah, we don't know for sure.
So I have a cat, and they say cat can sense and see things and hear things that we can't, right?
Absolutely,
So,
yeah.
and I'll catch him once in a while sitting at the bottom of the stairs and just looking up, but very intrigued, and like he's sensing something,
Yep.
and right? You just know that you're like, oh, what's going on, right? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? So.
And then you got to ask, are they sensing something paranormal, or maybe there's a bug flying around? That
No, I don't think it was a bug. I'm pretty sure, and it happens once in a while. So, and you kind of feel like, you feel an energy, you feel a presence, right? And you just kind of know, or it's like, oh.
And it certainly freaks you out when they do that.
It does, right?
Do you have any animals?
I don't,
No?
no,
So
but my parents have a dog and my
does
sister have
similar
two
kind of
cats.
things?
But yeah, the two cats, the one is absolutely crazy, so it's you can't take Gideon. Like he very much would be the bug. There's something moving, dust, he's got to attack it. So yeah, I'm not going to trust their animal sensitivities.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, also at the same jail, we've heard sounds. We've heard whistling when nobody's been whistling. We recorded some whistling sounds. We've heard it physically there. The last time we were there, we were packing up. Everybody's outside. I was inside with one of the girls that works there, and we could hear whistling.
And how did you explain that one?
I can't explain it. I don't know what the explanation is.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily prepared to say for sure that it's paranormal, but I don't know.
Okay.
I really appreciated the point of view that Paul from the group also brought forward, where it's the analogy of, because I'm like you, I'm a skeptic, I don't really believe, but it's what if you're in a mall and you're walking around like this and you're not making eye contact with anyone, then you're not going to be open for that kind of reception.
Correct.
But if you are, looking up and open, so you've got Ben and I who might be walking around like this, but you are very much looking around and ready and open to experience anything.
I understand that analogy, but I also question it in the fact that if you're too open, you might be too open to interpreting everything. You're creating because we've been in some scary places. One place we've been into is this old abandoned hospital in Pickering, Ontario.
Oh, okay.
It's 3 big hospital buildings, all, if you picture the creepiest place, that's what it's like. That you would think it would be haunted. So in there, we were doing a tour with some TV people, and they were doing a little piece on us for Halloween. So we'd gone through the first building, and we're going over to the second building through this corridor that goes to it. But the battery in my flashlight was dying. So I figured, okay, you guys go ahead. I'll go run to the car, get a battery. Forgetting now I had to walk through half of this building on my own. And that is quite scary. You start convincing yourself as you're walking down this dark corridor with dark doorways off to the side that something's going to jump out and get you, and you feel like you should run. So is that because something's there, or is it because I have a good imagination?
Right.
Yeah.
So here's a story. After 9/11, so September, and I went in November. So I went. I went to New York, and not only like the smell and the soot was still everywhere, but you could feel it. You could feel the presence of the people that had passed.
Yeah.
Right. You could. Yes. It was very, very overwhelming because you could feel it, and you could feel their presence.
Yeah.
So. Not sure that you can explain that away, right? Other than, right? And the same if you go to the Holocaust camps, right? And Poland, people will walk and you can sense it. So there's, the presence is there.
Yeah. And people react differently. Some people are more sensitive to things as well.
Correct.
Even at the jail we were at last night, there's an old stretcher in one of the rooms, and it looks like it has blood marks on it. So it would have been a stretcher we used probably during World War I or something like that.
Okay.
And Paul from our group, the first time we were there, when he came near and touched it, he felt like a sharp pain, like in his chest. Shane, who's part of our group, brought his wife with him last night for our investigation. She hadn't been there before, and when she walked right by that, she got a pain in her chest as well.
See?
So she didn't know the story of it either. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Where would you say is the scariest place that you guys, for you, what has freaked you out the most?
Possibly that old mental hospital.
Yeah.
Just because it's the kind of place that looks like it should be scary. If you were going to do a horror movie, that's the kind of place you would shoot it.
Yeah.
I mean, even this jail in the basement, there's been some weird stuff in the basement. So if you go down there on your own or just one person, it can be a little freaky, but I think that still you're freaking yourself out. We are going to be doing an investigation in New York State in November, which is at a place which is supposed to be really haunted. It's an abandoned house. Even Ed and Lorraine Warren, well-known paranormal researchers, wouldn't stay there to do an investigation. So
and so you are going to go.
We're staying overnight, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, this will be interesting.
The problem is I've read a little bit of the history of it, so I'm primed now to be scared.
I was going to say that. Do you think it clouds your judgment
I think
instead
so.
of letting yourself?
Yeah.
Right.
Like I would love to take a medium with us somewhere, but not tell them where they're going, so they cannot have any clue. It'd also be a cool experiment to take a medium or a psychic to a place that isn't supposed to be haunted at all, and see if they pick up on something, thinking that it's supposed to be haunted.
So I'll go if you have room. I'll go because I'll be like I know nothing of this place. I'm open-minded, so I'll go if you have
There's
room.
apparently a lot of places in Quebec that are haunted too.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are. There's a whole history. So
Absolutely.
yes,
Cool.
yes.
Anything else you guys want to chat about on paranormal stuff, or Halloween's coming up? So what are you dressing up as?
Oh my goodness, I don't think I'm dressing up as anything. I'll be at work on Halloween, so maybe I'll wear some orange to suit the
And you're Wonder Woman? I don't know if I'm
Are
going to
you?
dress up. I don't know. I'm very picky with costumes. I want them to be like accurate. If I dress up, I don't want them to be cheesy.
I love people that take the time and are so creative and do it all themselves.
Yeah.
I have no creativity whatsoever in my bones, so I'll buy it and I'll wear it, and that's about it. But I love people that take the time and really do it all themselves. Yes.
Awesome.
And that's it. I've seen so many unique and interesting
know.
costumes, and you sit back and you think, man, I wish I thought
I
of
know,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, there's some good costumes here. We're at the East End Expo, and we got people in cosplay. We have some cool 501st Legion stormtroopers
I
and
keep
stuff.
being distracted by the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I know.
So what's next for you, Priscilla? You've got the competition coming up?
Yep. So I have the competition coming up in March, but I do have a lot of speaking engagements between now and then. I'm a big advocate for child abuse and
good.
neglect. So October was the child prevention. October is the Prevention Child Abuse and Neglect Month. So did a big on Wednesday. We had Wear Purple Day to prevent and bring awareness. So did a lot on that. As well as mental health and suicide prevention. So I lost my brother at 18 to suicide. So it's those are very near and dear to me. So and that's the reason why I'm doing the pageantry is to have the platform to speak
Get the
out.
voice out there, yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So yes, yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being part of the panel
Thank you. No,
here,
thank you for
and,
having me. This is great.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the day here.
I plan on it.
There we
so,
go.
Yes. It's
Great.
my second time, so I'm loving it.
Awesome.
So, yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, there we go. That's it for now.